Hey y'all, so it's official. I'm on my way to meet up with my trainer. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a trainer that's close to Pennsylvania. So I'm actually driving to Virginia to meet up with my trainer. So that's another thing. I'm pretty sure it's the same for any company. Depending on where the trainer is, you might have to travel. So the Werner got me a rental. So I'm driving from PA to Virginia. So I went to pick up the rental, and I'm pretty much about to be on my way. It's 7 hours away from me. I thought it was much less, but it's 7 hours away from me, and I have a late start, so I'm pretty much gonna get there at night. So I'm gonna go to Virginia. I'm gonna check in at the hotel, and then I have to drop off the rental, which they pay for. You don't have to do any reimbursement with the rental. Basically, they pay everything up front with the rental. The only thing I might have to pay out of pocket is basically toll, not out of pocket, but pay first to get reimbursed. Basically toll and for gas and any other extra charges I might have along the way. So yeah, I'm gonna pretty much get everything together so I can head to Virginia, and then I'll pick up the video from that point on. If you want to see the vehicle, so it's from Hearst, and when I got there, they basically told me I could select any one of the Nissan or the Chevy. So any Chevy or any Nissan, that was the one that I was able to pick up from the lot. So yeah, like I said, I'll pick up when I get to the hotel, and I'll show y'all the hotel, and then tomorrow I'm supposed to meet up with my trainer. So let's see how that goes. See y'all later. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show y'all once I got to South Boston, Virginia. This was my hotel. I basically stayed here until I spoke with my lead, so I could head out and meet up with him. So I just wanted to show you guys what the room actually looks like. So far, I haven't had any issues with Werner and the room, the hotel that they set me up in. It was really comfortable, king size bed. They really set me up real good. And I was here for just basically one night until I had to meet up with my lead and get in his truck to head off for training. So just want to show y'all that so far I think they do pretty good in terms of where they actually have their trainees stay. I have nothing bad to say about any of the hotels so far. Everywhere I've been has been pretty decent. As you can see, this is a pretty nice setup. It was pretty good, really good, really comfortable. So if you're worried about staying in like roach infested areas, then yeah I haven't had an experience so far, so I can definitely give Werner a thumbs up 100% for location that they have the trainees stay, well, at least for me. So I went from Pennsylvania, Lehigh Valley, to South Boston, Virginia. So this is my second hotel that I stayed in. Yeah, pretty decent, right? So I'll catch up on the next video with you guys. Just wanted to show you guys what the hotel room that I stayed in looked like. South Boston, Virginia, before I met up with my lead or my trainer. Okay guys, so I have a little bit of downtime before I go with my trainer. Something happened, so we pushed the time back, but I wanted to give some more information. So again, it's my first day meeting up with my leader for Werner on a Dollar General account. So I was able to be trained on a Dollar General account, and I'm not sure, well, if you're familiar with Werner, or if you're in training now, or if you're about to start orientation, or you're thinking about Werner, most of the time, yeah, they will try to get you on the dollar account. That's most of my classmates are on that account or being trained on that account. But what I think is kind of crazy is that a lot of them are not training on the dollar account, and understandably so, because they're trying to make sure all the students go out with a trainer. If they were to wait for a dollar account for their trainees, then it would be too time consuming, or it would be a long wait. When did I start training? I think I don't even remember, but let's just say orientation was probably a week for me, and that was only because I had, if you watch my previous video, I had issues with my vision test, so it delayed me probably like 2 days, but I was still good to catch up to everybody else in the class for starting time to be to meet up with a trainer. So once the Christmas break was over, the next day, the 26th of December 2022, I was able to get a leader, and by the 27th I was out. So they got me the rental. I drove from I'm not Philly, but I'm in the county, so I drove from that end all the way to Virginia. So I honestly, when I went in, my only requirement, it wasn't to be with a woman driver. It wasn't certain stuff like that. I didn't care where I was going, right? My main concern after going to orientation and learning a few things is that I need to be trained on that Dollar General account, because it doesn't really make sense to hear so much about the account and then I'm being trained over the road, Coca-Cola, all these other accounts. That's not going to help me when I actually have to go on the road. And then also, you can decide at that point if it's something you're going to be able to handle. You know, you're not blind to anything pretty much. So if I get a good trainer, a trainer that can set me up to see if I can possibly do it, then that's perfect for me. So I'm happy about that. But the biggest or the best information I could give you, honestly, if you're about to come to training, so you're prepared to come to orientation for Werner, I would honestly say make sure you have a little money saved up. It don't have to be a lot of money, but if you're like me, you're not like a teeny bopper, you're not at home living with your family, you have bills, you got rent, you got car insurance, some of y'all might have car payment. It's a lot of stuff. You got light bill, water bill, cable, phone, all that stuff. You got to set yourself up to be covered, probably for your rent and everything, and have little spending money, because when you come to training for orientation, you're going to be spending money for food. Like I said, breakfast and lunch covered, but dinner. Then what about those days when the terminal's closed, so you don't have school? Then additionally, there could be certain stuff that hinders you from getting a trainer right away. I was lucky, but even within my short frame of time, I had to spend money to get certain stuff done, whether it was food or the gas when I drove, whatever it was, and I still had to pay my bills, while I was waiting. Yes, you get paid $7.25 for training, but think about it. Deductions, you're at 5 something a week. And then if you're like me, I started on a Thursday, so you're already missing 2 days. So if you want to be smart, start your training, your orientation for Werner on a Tuesday, because at least you're going through the full Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's full 5 days pay versus 3. So think about that. You're not going to be getting a bunch of money where you're like, oh my god, I can still survive, or you can maintain probably if you planned it, but you need to have some money saved up, or maybe you have an emergency credit card that you never used or whatever. Luckily, my ass had certain stuff together where I was able to work my way out. For instance, coming here to Virginia, they paid for the rental up front, but think about it. Tolls, you gotta have money for tolls. You can't use your Easy Pass. I have Easy Pass, but they told me not to use my Easy Pass. You get me? So you got to pay tolls with cash. And then also, if you're billed, you're going to be billed for the toll, and then they reimburse you. They'll reimburse you for every single thing. However, a reimbursement, you have to pay up front and then wait to get the money back. So I just had to go fill up the tank, the gas, put it back on full before I return it to Hertz. You got to have money to buy gas. You gotta have a bunch of stuff. I just had to go out and get breakfast because I'm gonna be sitting here for a while. So you gotta have money to spend to buy food, all that stuff. You gotta have certain stuff figured out. Like, don't be one of them people who come here and they're thinking that they're gonna have money coming in. That's no money. That's not money. That's not gonna get you nowhere to still cover your bills. Unless you don't have bills, yeah, you need to have a little bit of money saved up to get your stuff together, because you're gonna be on the road with your trainer for 3 to 6 weeks. You're gonna need to have money to spend. You're gonna get paid, yes, but yeah, to me, it's not no big deal if you're gonna be paying your bills with that money, and then you're gonna have money to eat, to buy certain stuff that you need. So honestly, that's the biggest thing I could tell you. Have money saved up. Have a plan when you come here. You're legit. This is a sacrificial time. That's the word, yeah. So this is a moment of sacrifice for you. You're basically focusing on your experience, versus the money entirely. You want the money, yes, but you're gonna have to take a hit in your pocket for a little bit before you get there. So you gotta plan your stuff out. Like honestly, right now, to me, I feel like if I could give my apartment up, I would give my apartment up. Like when I get my truck, I would give my apartment up. But I'm by myself, so I can't be thinking like that. But I'll be like, yo, give my apartment up, go get a room, and save all my money, because you're not gonna be at that house paying all that bills for what? So I think you need to have a really good plan before you even start orientation. If you know you're already in CDL school, you're about to get your license, and you're quick, you're ready to go and get out there and drive for a company, have your stuff set up, you know, because I know people who's legit, they stay at the hotel because they don't want to miss any money. They don't want to miss any money at all. I know people who's complaining that they don't have enough money to cover certain stuff. You just don't know what your situation will be. There could be a point where something happens and you have to leave the trainer and go back to the terminal, probably go back home and stuff like that. And I don't know if they cover certain things. So money wise, get your shit handled before you even start orientation. But I'm gonna end this right here. This one might be a little bit longer of a video. I'm trying to make it end where I actually get in the truck. So once he's gonna meet me at a Hertz location when I drop off the car. And again, I'm in South Boston, Virginia. If anybody wants to know, that's where I'm at. So once I drop the car off, he's gonna meet me, pretty sure in the bobtail. And I'll see if I can record the truck and everything, and me getting the truck if he's okay with that. So I'm gonna sign out on this note, and I'll pick up back later with you guys. Bye. So I just want to show y'all the truck. We stayed overnight at the DC and slept in the trunk. He gave me the bottom bunk. He's so cool. He took the top bunk. And now I'm just heading to the shower at the DC. So y'all see what the shower looked like, guys. Just wait for it. Crazy. Yep. And here goes the shower. Wasn't the most amazing, but wasn't the worst either. So you see? Yeah. This is what I had to deal with that morning. And then we drove to North Carolina. Yeah, so it took us about an hour or two to get the trailer, but then after that I drove from Virginia to North Carolina, and we basically dropped the trailer till the morning. And I was at the Flying J or Pilot truck stop, where basically I was able to stay in the truck for that night. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I was in the truck by myself. It was hilarious, but it wasn't too bad. So here I am. I spent the night at the truck stop by myself. You saw I tried that little seatbelt trick. I really didn't need it, but I wanted to see how it worked because there were like other truckers parked up beside me. I'm not gonna lie, I slept comfortable as hell on that bunk. I am so surprised. Like when I get my own truck, I'ma trick that bitch out. You get me? But it was good sleeping in the truck by myself, so I got to see how it was, and it wasn't bad. Then I got up and took my shower, and I'm gonna show you how it is. So that's the Flying J's Pilot truck stop. So I went in and I paid for my shower. It was like $17, but it was pretty clean, so I respected that. It was really good. I didn't feel dirty or anything. So $17 for that shower. I took my shower and then I headed back to the truck, because at that point now I'm waiting on my trainer in the morning so we can go do our 4 drops for Dollar General. But I wanted y'all to see what the Pilot truck stop bathroom was. It was 3 different bathrooms. They weren't rushing me. I didn't have to rush or anything. It was pretty decent, I ain't gonna lie, for my first time showering at the truck stop. Had my slippers on, of course. And then after we did our drops, 4 drops and our sweep to pick up the empties, we basically left the trailer at Dollar General, and I went at the hotel. This was a studio hotel at Mainstay that my trainer got for me. So I was basically off from New Year's Eve because we got back at 9 p.m. and I'll be off until Tuesday morning. We go pick up the trailer and head back to the distribution center in Virginia to see what else I have to do or what my next drop-offs will be. But it was decent for my first pickup, my first drop-off, working the Dollar General account, but it was hard. So I'm gonna get the other videos for you guys to let you see what the trailer looks like when it's packed up and how my trainer basically taught me to unload the truck. So I'll have different videos to let y'all really see what it's like doing the unloading of the truck for the Dollar General account.